There's a call on your life that God doesn't want you to miss. Will you answer? Welcome back to another episode of From Scratch. From Scratch is a faith-based podcast where we are the embodiment of the great I am. When God's favor finds you, nothing and no one can stand in the way of what God has for you. The affirmation of this episode is, I am highly favored. I am highly favored. Luck runs out, but God's favor will abide in you forever. God calls us to dominate, not tolerate. God uses absence to acknowledge authority. There's a call on your life that God doesn't want you to miss. Will you answer? If God gave us the things that we wanted, we would become too dependent on their presence. Jesus died at the age of 33. Yet we could only account for 3 years of his life. He was hidden. He was isolated. He went through a wilderness season. He was overlooked, but Jesus understood the purpose in all of this. He knew this. Destiny is asking you to come to a place of understanding this too. Understand that you have to leave things in order to walk in your assignment. Understand that you will be overlooked in order to walk in your purpose. Understand that you will go through single seasons to make it to the other side. Jesus' ending was the beginning of discovery. Dying to yourself is going to be the ending and the beginning of discovery. Be okay with being looked over. Be okay with being the one that got away. Stop painting those red flags white. I did an episode on navigating through rejection. Go check that out. You are not meant to be everyone's cup of tea, my friend. Understand the renewal of the mind that is taking place in you is also reflecting through you. Your purity will bring out the dust in others. Do you hear me? As light, we attract mosquitoes. Sometimes we measure our strength and the strength of relationships by how much we can tolerate. I'd rather be alone than to tolerate things. I'd rather be the one that got away. You don't need to make anybody do anything, okay? Let them love you. Let them love you for who you are. Let them love you for who you are becoming. And most importantly, love yourself. Love yourself for who you are. Love yourself for who you were. Love yourself for who you are in the process of becoming. Love the process. Genesis opens up with boundaries. Boundaries are not prideful, they are literally obedience. If you're tolerating, you're already lowering your bar. You can't fix people, my friend. You can't fix people into never leaving you. You can't love someone enough to adapt to create an idea of them never leaving you. You cannot fix people. And more importantly, you cannot fix someone while you are broken. If a cup broke, a glass cup broke, and someone handed you all the pieces, what would you do? I would probably throw away all the pieces. But what God is doing in you is taking your pieces and gluing them back together intentionally so you do not take your broken pieces and create wounds or bleed over into anyone else. We have seen and normalized too often staying and adapting, and we stay and adapt into a version of ourselves that the other person winds up not even liking, and ultimately a version of ourselves that is so far away from ourselves and so far away from who God created us to be. You're probably not the only one who notices that you're tolerating less than you are. That relationship, platonic, intimately, they understand that you're tolerating less than what you should be. When you become aware of the things that you're choosing to stay quiet over, you're adapting and you're tolerating. And we should be asking ourselves why we do this. What do you need to face to help you navigate to coming to a healthier version of yourself? What do you need to let go to prioritize yourself? And when I say prioritize yourself, I don't mean in any selfish form. I mean, prioritize your healing. Prioritize the posture of your heart. Keep track of your mental cycles. Prioritize your overall well-being, not only for a better version of yourself, but for the ordained people on the other side waiting for you to rise up. If you're asking yourself and you're wondering if you're tolerating, you probably weren't even supposed to be with this person, and you're probably becoming a little bit more aware to the idea that you have been settling from the beginning. Be in submission to somebody that is more than just a physical provider. Jesus thinks that you are to die for. Anybody can go to work. God's promises surpass the world. God's promises are supernatural. Who is this person in the spirit? Who are you in the spirit? Do they bring you back to God? Do you bring the people around you back to God? Are the people around you, or is this person that you're with capable of maintaining you emotionally? Have you come to a center with yourself of realizing what emotional maintenance looks like for you? What about your character is a display of God in physical form? Ladies, specifically for my ladies, work on yourself so much that you start to actually see yourself and value yourself for who you are and the life that is capable of coming out of you. Ladies, do you realize that you are able to collaborate with the divine on producing a soul? Heaven lies at the feet of a mother. When God's favor locates you, nothing and no one can stop what is for you. I am highly favored. I love you. God loves you. There's nothing you can do about it. How can you be found if you've never been lost?